Now, in high definition, this is CBS 4 News. Get the whole story.
More than 17,000 people in Colorado and Wyoming are living with Parkinson's disease. It is one of the most common neurological illnesses and sometimes shows up in patients as early as their 20s. Today, we're joined by Rick Schwartz, the president of the Parkinson's Association of Colorado. Rick, thank you so much for being here.
Pleasure.
Good friend of Channel 4, used to be the executive sports producer, right?
Wow.
14 years
Small
ago.
world.
Years ago.
Small world.
Now, Rick, you've been living with Parkinson's for a while now.
9 years.
9 years. Yeah. And for those of us who don't know exactly what happens, what are some of the symptoms? How do you know you have Parkinson's?
Well, Parkinson's is a disease that they still don't have a test for. It's through observation. I went through a whole thing about maybe a brain tumor, could be a bunch of things, but it's like shaking. Usually start, and you can't swing your arm, and things start slowing down, and that's how they see if you have Parkinson's or not and tell you if you do.
Now, the association has developed a couple of things for people that don't have Parkinson's, demonstrations.
Just get a feel for what it might feel like to have Parkinson's.
Okay, so Michelle's going to try something first.
Right. Yes, I'm not used to not wearing heels, but I have these shoes on. I'm going to step onto a Velcro
and then when you lift
strip.
up, it'll give you the idea of how hard it is to move.
Yeah, that is hard.
So it's difficult to lift your foot?
It's difficult. Everything gets stiff, basically, with Parkinson's. You get stiff and you can't move.
Now,
and if you'd write a signature on...
We've got a glove here, and it's a tight glove. We should have used you because you have petite hands, Michelle. And if the glove does not fit, you must have quit.
You got it?
Let's see. There we go.
Okay.
And it's
so what does this do? So what is strapped onto the glove right now?
It's strapped on.
Well, that's pretty good.
We're going to turn this on, and it'll give that.
It's like a little,
like you have a
vibrator,
tremor,
like a little tremor.
And you try to write your name, and the tremor goes.
Here we go. Let's see if I could.
It's difficult, isn't it?
It's difficult. Yeah. You have to like really concentrate on
exactly
on making the letters perfect and readable.
And your writing in real life gets smaller and harder to read. It's just a whole bunch of things that happen to you that, for instance, for me, physically, I used to be very active. I was a professional ball player at one time, and I went from walking on mountaintops to barely getting down the street. So
now
that's what happens to you.
There is a walk today, and people can actually do these demonstrations at the walk.
They can do the demonstrations, and a 5K or 1K walk. It's for the Parks Association of the Rockies. It's called Shake, Rattle, and Stroll. Get it? Shake,
Rattle, and Stroll. Oh, that's good.
And anybody who wants to come out, we'll have a walk, get some exercise for Father's Day.
There's some pictures there.
Honor your mom, your dad, your father, your grandfather, whomever. And anybody sitting on a couch right now wants to come out, it's at Wash Park at 9 o'clock. If you get there about 8:30, you can sign up and walk with us.
Okay.
Now, this little hand thing really shows you what you have to deal with.
Yes.
You just have to adjust in life, basically.
Yeah.
And it was difficult to walk, too.
What's been the hardest part for you?
Just the idea that I was physically active, and I try to stay as active as I can, but I can't walk up the hills anymore or the mountains, and I can't play tennis, and also I used to make my living with talking on camera.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And I have trouble talking, so it takes away that too. So it's just a matter of adjusting and staying positive, and exercise is the #1 thing they found out for Parkinson's, more than drugs or anything else, is getting your exercise in. So
Rick, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you
Good to see you. You have children, don't you?
I have some children.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
All right. Happy Father's Day to you. Thank you so much. If you'd like to come out today for the Shake, Rattle, and Stroll, registration begins at 8 o'clock. There will be a 5K walk at 9 this morning and a 1K walk at 9:15. The walk is at Wash Park at the corner of Franklin and Mississippi.